Being in debt and falling behind feels awful. But here's some good news. If you're committed to getting out of debt, this program can help you get there. In 6 practical, proactive steps, you can destroy debt and work your way to a whole new financial feeling. Others have done it, and so can you. We'll dive into step 1 in just a second, but it's important that you also watch and implement videos 2 through 4 as soon as possible. Then do steps 5 and 6. Why the rush on the first 4? Because each day you're in debt is another day you're wasting money on interest and possibly feeling hopeless and awful. So let's get started, one step at a time. Step 1 is stop the bleeding. To get out of debt, you've got to stop adding to it. Whether it began with unexpected needs or too many wants, it's time to call a halt. Here's how. You need to avoid, evade, and eliminate new debt. To avoid new debt, pay with cash or debit. Never credit. It's that simple. Going out, take cash only. A PX or BX Black Friday sale, debit or forget it. A cash-only diet will bring you into a closer relationship with your bank balance, and that's a good thing. Use your bank's mobile app, set low balance alerts, and carry cash for routine purchases. In short, only spend real money that you actually have. Next up, evade tempting debt. Remember those needs and wants? Work on recognizing the difference, and know when to run. Delete the shopping app you're addicted to, or steer clear of the coffee shop you can't resist. And when a gotta have it moment hits, put a freeze on it, even if it literally means freezing your credit cards in ice. Sometimes waiting for a card to thaw out can give you time to firm up and summon a little willpower. This piece is all about evading temptations that could lead to more debt. Finally, it's important to eliminate penalties that can add to your debt. Even if you can only make minimum payments, keep at it. Don't let a single dollar go to extra penalties or fees due to missed or late payments. Okay, Debt Destroyer, that's it for step 1. Stop the bleeding. Now use these tips to get started today. Begin taking action to get out and stay out of debt. Next up, watch step 2, build a safety net. Stay strong till then.
Congratulations, you've made it to step 2 on your journey to get out and stay out of debt. Remember, watch and implement the first 4 videos as soon as possible, then move on to steps 5 and 6. Now let's examine step 2, build a safety net. What does this mean? Stuff happens. Let's face it, financial challenges occur when you least expect them. And if you don't have a safety net in the form of cash in the bank, you'll end up falling in even deeper debt to handle them. So, it's important you put a security measure in place right away. How? By creating an emergency fund of at least $1,000. Without this small cushion, minor issues become major problems. From a flat tire to a broken cell phone, without cash, you'll go right back into debt trying to handle the unexpected. And here's a very important point. This step needs to be a sprint, not a marathon. We're talking fast. Get $1,000 in a savings account immediately. Now, that doesn't mean you need to go break the law or add even more debt to accomplish this step. Just think outside the box if you need to. Here are a few ideas to generate some quick cash. Save part of a tax refund, have a garage sale or sell unused items online, offer to kid sit, pet sit, or even plant sit, or pick up a side job. Do whatever it takes to legally put a $1,000 safety net in place. And if you dip into the safety net to pay for an emergency, be sure to replenish it right away. You can use the same tactics that helped you build that cushion in the first place. Or you can redirect funds you'd otherwise use to pay down debt. Just get back to $1,000 as soon as possible. Yep, it's that important. That's it for step 2. Now go forth and build your $1,000 safety net. This will help you on your journey to get out and stay out of debt. Next up, watch step 3, confronting your debt.
On a mission to get out of debt? Great. We've got 6 practical, proactive steps you can take to get out and stay out of debt. Remember, watch and implement the first 4 videos as soon as possible, then move on to steps 5 and 6. Now let's talk about step 3, confronting your debt. It's time to give yourself a debt intervention. The goal is to lay out everything you owe and look at it clearly. Only then can you analyze it, strategize it, and minimize it.
This may be tough, but it's well worth it. You simply can't defeat an enemy you don't know or understand. Start by analyzing your debt. To destroy debt, you need to know what you owe. Make a spreadsheet or document listing each debt. Note the balance you owe, the minimum monthly payment, and the interest rate. Need some extra motivation? Also include the total interest you pay on each debt. This is probably going to hurt a little bit, or even a lot, but no one said this step was going to be easy. Next, it's time to strategize. To destroy debt, you need to know how you got into debt in the first place. Maybe you needed to fix a flat tire, or maybe you wanted that sweet ride and the car payment is too big for your budget. Look carefully to see what behaviors you need to change and change them. Lastly, see what you can do to minimize the cost of your debt itself. You know what you owe, now talk to who you owe. Start by asking your creditors to lower your interest rate. What's the worst that can happen? They tell you no? And if you can't get a better rate, ask about balance transfers or consolidation loans with a lower interest rate. Every percentage point counts, and the lower, the better. Just watch out for fees. Sometimes the costs outweigh the benefits. The key here is to communicate. Don't let debt make you feel ashamed or isolated and stop you from fixing it. Debt doesn't make you a bad person. It's simply a financial challenge, and one you can overcome. That's it for step 3, confront your debt. Now go analyze, strategize, and minimize your debt. Next up, step 4, know your cash flow.
Congratulations! You've made it to the next step on your journey to get out and stay out of debt. Remember when we told you in the previous videos to watch and implement the first 4 steps as soon as possible? Well, we're here. It's time for step 4, know your cash flow. Today's mission is to play air traffic controller with your money. You need to know what's arriving, what's departing, and when it's all going to happen. To do this, start by tracking all of your current inflows and outflows, every single one. For inflows, be sure to look at more than just your paychecks. Gifts, tax refunds, rebates, proceeds from selling stuff, if it's money coming in, it all counts. And since destroying debt relies heavily on coming up with extra cash, you should also think about whether you have any way to increase your inflows. Take a similar approach to outflows. All saving and spending should be tracked. Start by listing all of your fixed expenses. Think rent, utilities, insurance, payments you are obligated to make each month. Then jot down variable expenses like groceries, clothing, or entertainment, things you have a choice about each month. You also need to include out of the ordinary things like gifts or new tires for your car, even though they don't happen every month. The idea is to understand where all of your money currently goes so you can decide where cuts can be made. By cutting back, you'll free up the cash you need to build your safety net or destroy your debt. And how should you do the tracking? Whatever is easy, accurate, and works for you is good. It could be an app, a computer program, or even a piece of paper. How you do the tracking isn't as important as that you actually do it. So get started today by keeping track of all of your inflows and outflows for the next 30 days. So that's it. We're done with step 4, on the journey to get out and stay out of debt. You've bravely navigated all of the first 4 steps of the Destroy Debt program. So let's take a moment to review your progress. You've stopped the bleeding, built a safety net, confronted your debt, and now understand your cash flow. You have truly accomplished a lot. If you think your debt situation feels hopeless, don't worry. You can get help. Talk to a financial counselor on base. Up next is step 5, adjust your cash flow.
Ding ding! It's time to step into the ring. The first 4 steps of this program have prepared you to destroy debt. Now it's time to lace up the gloves and fight. Step 5 is adjust your cash flow. But before you do that, you'll need to decide how much extra cash you'll need to pay down your debt. Then you'll need to decide where that money is going to come from. Are you going to make more money or spend less? If you plan to spend less, here are a few tips. Number 1, label the outflows you'll be tracking into 3 categories: fixed, flexible, and fun. Fixed outflows are those items you must pay or spend money on each month that generally don't change. Think rent, mortgage, insurance, card payment, things like that. Flexible outflows are the things you currently pay that might have some flexibility to them. Think cell phone plans, cable TV, online subscriptions, etc. And last, fun outflows. Well, those are probably self-explanatory, but here we're talking about things like entertainment and going out. Once you've categorized your outflows, Tip number 2 is to analyze each category to see where you can free up some cash. Remember, this is a fight, so it might hurt a little bit. When cutting outflows, start with the fun category. But be careful, removing all of the fun from your life probably isn't a good long-term strategy, so don't overdo it. Next, make cuts to your flexible outflows. Think of this as an opportunity to get leaner and meaner with these items. Shop around for better values or consider cutting down on some outflows altogether. Finally, if the cuts you've made thus far haven't freed up enough cash, you might have to make a tough decision and start cutting into the fixed category. For instance, you may need to change what you drive, where you live, or both. If you think about it, these things are often what cause people to be in debt in the first place. Remember, the goal here is to free up cash to pay down your debt. So whatever adjustments you make, just make sure you can live with them. That's it for step 5. Adjust your cash flow. So let's recap. First, determine how much extra money you plan to put towards your debt. Then, categorize your outflows into fixed, flexible, and fun. And finally, make the cuts both on paper and in your life. Next up, watch step 6, pay it down.
Congratulations! You've made it to the last step on your journey to get out and stay out of debt. Step 6 is to take the money you found in the last step and use it to pay down your debt. There are 2 proven strategies to get the job done. The first is called the financial strategy because it will typically save you the most money in the long run. It works like this. Since higher rate debt charges you the most interest and therefore wastes more of your money, the financial strategy attacks them first. The approach is to apply your extra money to the highest interest rate debt while making minimum payments on any others. Once that debt is knocked out, take the money you are applying to it each month and apply it to the next highest rate debt. Then, repeat this process until you're debt-free. Remember that list of debts you created in step 3? Pull it out, reorder it from highest interest rate to the lowest, and work your way down the page. The other approach to pay down your debt is called the emotional strategy because it focuses on feeling good and providing a sense of accomplishment. With this strategy, you apply your extra money to the lowest balance debt while making minimum payments on any others. Once that debt is knocked out, take the money you are applying to it each month and apply it to the next lowest balance debt. Then, repeat this process until you're debt-free. If you choose this strategy, simply reorder your list of debts from lowest balance to highest and work your way down the page. So there you have it. Pick a strategy and get to work. As your debt goes down, or for that matter, whenever you have an income or life change, be sure to adjust your budget and put any freed up income to the best use possible. Before you know it, you'll be debt-free. How do you feel when you think about debt? Are the feelings positive or negative? Do you feel comfortable about debt or do you feel nervous? The truth of the matter is debt can have a profound impact on your finances, relationships, and mental well-being. Because of this, it's important to get a handle on when to use debt and how to use it wisely. That's right, believe it or not, debt isn't always a bad thing. That is, if you use it for the right reasons. For example, if you need to pay for school and you can't afford the tuition, you may want to take out student loans. The value you can get from an education, like the potential to earn more money, may make it worth taking on debt. The same applies to other large purchases like cars or houses. Sometimes the only way to pay for those things is to borrow money and then pay it back later. But beware, debt does have its downsides. For instance, taking on debt without a game plan to pay it off can potentially harm your personal finances and other aspects of your life. Unfortunately, high debt levels and strained relationships too often go hand in hand. So be thoughtful before taking on any debt. This even applies to the loans just mentioned. For example, if you're taking out student loans but aren't committed to finishing school, you might want to think twice about borrowing the money. Or if you're buying a car that's way more expensive than you need, you're probably taking on too much debt, which will hurt you in the long run. Keep in mind that debt is neither good nor bad in itself. You just need to make sure that you're using it for the right reasons.
When you take on debt, you're basically saying, I can't really pay for this right now, but in the future I can. So unless you can predict the future, do yourself a favor. Before you take on any debt, think carefully about what your plans are in life and consider what kind of impact your debt might have on it. For starters, even though you plan to make more money in the future, that isn't always going to be the case. Sometimes you might even make less. It's smart to plan for the unexpected, especially in the military. Think about your current income. For instance, are you receiving special or incentive pay that can change or even go away with a PCS or assignment change? Or maybe your household income includes pay from a spouse that could change. In short, don't live so close to the financial edge that you won't be able to pay your debts if you're reassigned, reclassified, or injured, or even if you leave military service. You also want to think about whether taking on debt will limit your employment options later on, both in the military and outside of it. Too many people get stuck in a job or a role they hate because they can't afford to leave it for a job that would make them happier but pay them less. And what happens if you move? You might want to buy a 2-seater convertible now, but what if you're reassigned to Alaska or have kids? Then you'll have an impractical car and you might not be able to sell it for enough to cover what you owe on it. To be fair, it's tough to know what the future will hold. Still, it's best to consider what you think you'll be doing before you commit to making payments that could burden you for years to come.
Some people think credit cards are like little plastic superheroes that can fit in your wallet. At the speed of light, they can help you make purchases, whether online or in a store, without having to carry cash. Some can even provide benefits like earning airline miles, cash back, and rewards points. And that's not all. They also possess the strength to help you build a positive credit history. Credit cards are awesome, right? Well, maybe, and maybe not. You see, the moral of this superhero story goes like this. Even though credit cards can do all those potentially positive things, they can also wreck your life. In other words, with great power comes great responsibility. Here are just a few of the important negatives you need to know about credit cards. First, if you charge more than you can pay off in a given month, you're going to get hit with interest charges. And if you don't think that's a big deal, just know that credit card interest rates in the 20% range are fairly common. And rates that high can cost you serious cash. As this example shows, charge $3,000 on a credit card with an 18% interest rate, make only the minimum payment until it's paid off, and you could end up paying more than twice the original charge in interest costs. Another potential downside of credit cards: fees. From late fees to annual fees to all fees in between, at the end of the day, credit card fees can cost you. And here's another really big negative associated with credit cards: stress. If you get caught up in "I'll buy it now and figure out how to pay for it later" lifestyle, credit card debt can cause a serious strain on your finances, your relationships, and even your emotional well-being. But there is some good news. To avoid these credit card negatives, all it takes is a couple of simple behaviors. First, never charge anything on a credit card without having a plan for how you're going to pay it off quickly. And second, do some research before you apply for a credit card. Not all cards are created equal. So pay close attention to the fine print to make sure you understand what you're getting into. In the end, credit cards can be a powerful force for good in your life. Just be careful to use their superpowers wisely.